One last question I have for you about the kidnapping, and you've already been on a lot of shows talking about this, and we don't have to flesh it all out because I know you told the story in depth. You were kidnapped by the Gulf Cartel. They put was it black hoods on you guys, and they brought you, was it to a field or something?
That's right.
And did they take the hoods off?
So what happened? Well, it's a long story, but what happened was
story.
we, just to put it succinctly, we followed the whole migrant trail, alien trail, from South America to the U.S. border. We already talked about part of it with the ninja men on the train of death,
Yes.
and we crossed the Darien Gap jungle and all this. We're finally getting to the U.S. border, and we're walking up this beach. It's called Playa Baghdad, and that's on the Gulf of America now. And it's like a 7-mile strip of beach, so the road drops you off. It's the last road. And you have to walk like this 7-mile stretch of beach. There's no other choice but to walk it till you reach where the where the Rio Grande spits out to the Gulf of America now, Gulf of Mexico formerly. If you cross that, you're then in the United States, where the SpaceX is, where Elon Musk's SpaceX facility is. So we're walking up this beach, and we walk probably like 5 miles or so. We're getting close, and a truck is driving this way. Truck stops, and it's basically like, "What are you guys doing? This and that. You should turn around." I'm like, "You guys should walk back. We'll give you a ride if you want." I'm like, "Nah, I don't think so. I think we're going to just get there. We're so close." I'm like, "It's right there." And for so many reasons, I'm not getting in their truck. I'm just like,
Is your destination?
To get to the U.S. We're going to swim across the border.
You're going to swim across the Rio Grande where it meets the ocean, well, Gulf?
That's right. We had big trash bags, so we were going to put all our shit in trash bags,
But isn't
and we were going to swim
wide
across.
and deep there?
You know what? Maybe the cartel saved our lives.
Did you have a life preserver?
No.
I think the cartel might have, anyway.
I don't know.
Continue. I have to look at a map, but I'm a sailor, so I'm obsessed with water depth and current. And where the Rio Grande meets the Gulf of America, that's intense.
I've been there on the U.S. side, like right there where I could see across, and it seems doable if we went inland enough, and then we got in.
How far inland were you going? A few miles, or?
Well, no, we're right on the beach.
Okay.
We did this right on the beach. And so anyway, truck stops us. Basically says, get in the truck. Don't keep going. I'm like, nah. I was like, we got to keep going for so many reasons. I'm like, we got to finish the journey. Also, I don't know who the hell you are. Yeah. Okay. They're like, all right, your choice, but I'm calling somebody up now. Calls somebody up. Calls up this dude who's down the beach, like waiting right next to the U.S. border. He's like, listen, I call my buddy. He's like, if you go down there, and this is like broken Spanish. They don't speak English, but I speak enough Spanish to understand. Like, if you go down there, it's gonna be like trouble for you. Like, you got to get in the car with us. I'm like, shit. It doesn't look like we have a choice. There's no running out of this. I mean, we got to get in. We get in the truck. Guy drives us down towards the U.S. border. I can literally see SpaceX. I can see it. It's right in front of me. I can't see the river because it's
SpaceX is located in the very southeast tip of Texas.
That's right. I can see it. It's right there. And then this guy that they called, I see him walking up to the truck. And as soon as I saw this guy, I'm like, damn, like, this is not good. I could just tell by his face. He's like got like a nasty looking face, like a war torn almost. Gets in the truck. And as soon as he gets in, they whip the truck around and they start driving back down south. I'm like, oh, no, this isn't good. Gets on the phone with some lady, puts me on the phone with her, and she speaks. And by the way, this truck had Texas plates, just so everybody's aware. I mean, this is a Texas truck, so it shows that they cross the border back and forth. Anyway, puts me on the phone with this lady. She speaks perfect English. And long story short, she basically goes, I don't know what you think you're doing in this area, but you're in the hands of the cartel now. And I basically said, we're just photographers.
Did she speak Spanish or English?
She was speaking perfect English. And she was like, you're in the hands of the... I was like, listen, we're just photographers. We're just trying to take photos of SpaceX. I obviously didn't say we're journalists trying to cross the border. She's like, well, I'm not... She's like, listen, all I could tell you to do is tell them the exact same thing you've just told me. And basically, like, good luck. And that was it. Hang up the phone. This truck rolls up next to another truck where there's 3 armed men. They start screaming at us, get the hell out and get into our truck.
In Spanish or English?
In Spanish. And what we do, and they take our bag. We took our bags with us. And no, they took our bags for us. Now but I still had my phone, my electronics. I had my phone and my wallet on me. Now we're in this other truck, and we haven't been blindfolded yet. But now this other truck is driving us down inland, and I knew it went from. Actually, at this point, I was actually filming them on my phone because I still thought I was going to get out of this.
Ballsy. Emma.
I thought we were going to get out of this. I was like, this is going to be great for a documentary.
This guy is crazy. No,
and I'm literally filming them on my phone. And
you're filming them while they're in the...
That could have got me shot in the head, so I'm filming them. And so what happened is they take... So at one point, the guy that's driving, he's like, hey, by the way, let me see your phone. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he saw me filming. He's like, let me see your phone. He takes it. He looks at it. And he just puts it in his middle console. I'm like, hey, can I have my phone back? And he just ignores it. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, this is getting bad. So then we end up pulling up to this spot, maybe like 10 minutes away from the beach. They pull us out of the truck, and they just start interrogating us. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? And now another truck rolls up, 4 more armed men. So there's 7 armed men surrounding us. And they're checking us for wires. They've searched every compartment of our bag. Ironically, they didn't find the GoPro. They didn't search the love handle package. So that we got away with our GoPro, which was great. But they find all of our electronics. They take my phone and they're searching through my phone. I'm like, holy shit, they're gonna find the video I just took of them. They just didn't find it somehow.
They got logged into your phone?
They were like, let us into our phone. Like, we were checking your phone. We're checking everything. They were checking my camera.
You let them into your phone?
Yeah. And they were checking my camera. They were checking everything. At one point, this guy sees my drone, and he points to the drone, and he takes his pistol, and he goes like this, not to my head, but to his head, like almost like a death threat, like, we're going to shoot you in the head for them. Like, holy shit. And so, like, they were accusing us. They're asking us if we're intelligence agents, police, and I was like, no, just photographers, man. And so what happens is they end up, they go, okay, well, now you're part of the investigation. They turn us around, and they want to like tie up our hands behind our back, and this is where we start resisting. Like, whoa, and this is where they start screaming. They're like, put your fucking hand, like in Spanish, something they send, put your fucking hands behind your back. Like, I'm like, okay, I guess that's what we got to do now. Put our hands behind our back. They tie us up. I was wearing, you asked me in the beginning of this about bandanas. I was wearing a bandana, so they blindfolded me with my bandana. My brother was wearing this big oversized jacket, so they pulled the hood over it, and they were like, keep your head down, don't put it up. So that's what happened. This is the situation where we're now in the back, our hands are tied up.
What did they tie your hands with?
Just like some, I don't even know, just like some rope material that they had. And so they throw us in the back of this truck, and now we're driving around for, it was a couple hours, and I kept asking them, I'm like, what's going on? And they were like, investigation, we're going to see El Jefe. And they just kept saying
boss.
That. They were going to see the boss. You're part of an investigation. They kept saying this, and I kept asking them, I was like, how much money do you want? I was like, we'll go to an ATM right now. I'll pull out everything I have, and I'll give it to you. Just let us go. And they're like, no, we're part of an investigation. Or you're part of an investigation. We're going to see El Jefe. And then eventually it got to the point where they just stopped answering us.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell my brother, I was like, get your hands loose. I was like, just do what you can to get your hands loose. And I got my hands to the point where I felt like they didn't really tie it that tight. It was kind of a joke. I felt like I could get my hand out. And not that we could have done anything. We would have been shot in the head. But anyway, we got to the point where they stopped answering us. And I literally told my brother, I told him I was sorry because it was my responsibility. I'm his older brother. And I told the cartel guys, not that I mean, I don't know that I thought that they were going to actually, acknowledge my word. But I did tell them, I said, listen, if you're going to shoot anybody, just please shoot me and let my brother go. That's what I said. And that was on. I couldn't, for many reasons, I couldn't imagine if my brother was to have gotten shot.
And you survived. Yeah. That would be
I might as well just die. I'd rather just kill me there. I don't want to. Like, that would have been so horrible. I couldn't imagine going home to my, for so many reasons. So anyway, and also I'm the leader of the operation. I got us into the situation. So anyway, after many different stops, people walking up to the car and poking their heads in. Again, I can't see them. I just hear them chattering. They're looking at us, and I hear them as they roll up and the windows would be down. They're like whispering about us, like, are these agents or what are these guys? Eventually, we end up, on these dirt roads. The truck stops, doors open up, and they pull us out. The blindfolds come off, and we're in the middle of an empty field. I'm like, holy shit, this is where you die. What are we doing here? And I could see another cartel truck like out in the distance, like with like guys in the bed of the truck and driving away. And I'm like, damn, this is not going to go well. A car
thought
pulls.
you were going to die
For a little bit there, yeah. I was like, this is not good. So they take us away from the truck. They lay out, and a car rolls up. This guy gets out of the car, and what they do is they start screaming at us. They're like they lay out all of our electronics. They start screaming. They're like, do we have all of your electronics? And I'm like, and I looked. And I knew they didn't have the GoPro. I'm like, yeah, it's everything. They're screaming, you're telling me this is everything. I'm like, yep, that's everything. And this guy who came in this car gets out with a crowbar and just smashes everything. And I actually tried, at this point, I'm still trying to negotiate. I'm like, can we get our footage? And they're just, I almost tried like moving in to get my camera, and they're screaming.
Like you had just journeyed in.
Yeah, it was too painful to see. And they're just taking all of our shit, smash everything. They took the drone. They didn't smash the drone. And but when they did that, I knew that
It's kind of funny. You went to the ATM and tried to extract every dollar, but you were more worried about your camera footage.
Yeah, that was worth thousands of dollars to me. But as soon as they started smashing everything, I had almost I breathed a sigh of relief, because in my heart I was like, okay, I don't think they're gonna kill us, because they wouldn't have bothered. They would have just shot us already. They smashed everything, and then they were basically like, that's the cost of your life, and never come back here again. They loaded us up into the car and drove us to the border, and that was it.
What is your price? Because if your price is not your life, then you are for sale.